everyone, Adam here, Nice Guys Prospecting. Dave and I are out in New York doing some work and decided to take a break, and we found this, I believe, a little salmon river. Nothing but bedrock here. There's actually more river on the other side of these trees. But Dave and I are picking apart all these little spots in the bedrock. Like this particular spot over here is looking pretty good. The flow comes down in the direction I'm walking, and as you can see, it's starting to lift this bedrock up. So if there's any gold in the area, we'll let you know. So I've been digging around in a few places, like over here, hole there in the beginning of this inside bend. You know, broke apart some bedrock over here, flipped some things over, and typical New York, just not seeing much. But I did find some weird sandstone conglomerates. You know, it's got some quartz in there, some K-spars, some potassium feldspar, and all kinds of other weird things stuck in there. Pretty cool, I guess. Out of the Chateauguay River now, underneath the highway, and I found a little bit of a promising sign, you could say. Highly mineralized boulder. Got signs, obvious signs of limonite with the orange, and get some chloride and some sulfur staining there with the greens and the yellows. But towards the top, we've got evidence of brecciated quartz, which is always a good sign. So maybe, just maybe, the Chateauguay River here might be the river that finally has gold in it in upstate New York. But we will see, and I'll let you know. Get back at you. Dave and I are still up in New York working on my prospecting vehicle in the garage, but luckily we got some paint drying at the moment. We had some spare time. So, we're out in the St. Regis River right now. It's pretty much as far north as you can go in upstate New York without hitting Canada. This is the Akwesasne Native American Reservation area. Yeah, but what I really wanted to show you is check out this bedrock. It looks like it's been tiled. Pretty interesting. I'm also seeing a good amount of quartz in the ground. It's kind of more like a bowl quartz though, very, very white, not much mineralization. But there are stockwork-like veins in the bedrock. So yes and no, I guess that's a good sign. But once again, we will let you know. There's always some kind of wildlife out here. These little guys are going to town on the clay that I'm taking out of my hole. So, you know, once again, helping out nature, do their thing. Must be those mud dabbers or something, making their homes. But this is what we got going on. I'm digging next to this giant arrowhead looking thing. Anyone believes in giants, there's some possible evidence for you right there. It's interesting looking. But we're digging down, and I've hit pretty much the bedrock on the bottom, and to the side here vertically is clay. I mean, on the bottom there also is a very thin layer of clay here, which is good signs. So all right, here's a closer look at what we're doing. Hopefully you can see. All right. Anyway, we got some bedrock down there and nice fine layer of clay, and I'm just going and trying to skim across this bedrock right on the clay seam. That's probably our best bet of finding something. Classifying it down, of course, and going to town. But we'll get back at you. These guys really seem to appreciate the clay that I'm giving them. So, if anything, I am helping in some kind of way. Still on the St. Regis. Check out the hole. Dug down to the clay layer, bedrock, moving my way back. That's what we got so far. Plenty of heavies, nails, lead, little piece of mercury it looks like. We're trying. Whoops. I'll pick that up. That's coming with me. I'm not gonna leave it there. But you know, typical day in New York. Beautiful weather though. Great day out here. Can't ask for a better day. Alright, just filled in another disappointing hole in the St. Regis River, but I want to show you something that I noticed when I was filling it in. Like I was saying, there is quartz veins and stockworks of sorts all in the bedrock here. But unfortunately, in New York, that means nothing. It's just bull quartz and no mineralization at all. But on to the next one. Monotonous digging. And we're always out here making friends. This little guy just came out of my hole. So, like I've said before, always gotta watch out for the wildlife. Digging down, Dave found some precious metals from the Yuppie Puppy. Kind of fitting for New York, if you ask me. Alright, Dave and I out here on the Raquette River. Haven't found much but a Yuppie Puppy thingamajigger. So we're gonna have to play a little game. I got 3 pieces of gold here from a pay dirt that I got from Rosie at Goose Canyon in Maine. So we're just going to take these 3 pieces and make sure they come out of the bottle. Yep. Throw them on top. I'm going to see how much we trust this pan. Or my panning at least. Nice and wet. And the fun of this is, if I mess up, you'll be able to see Dave and I digging over here for gold all day. How much do you trust your paint? Now, I've only been prospecting since, say, springtime. But I've definitely learned one thing. You gotta trust your pan. Gold is the heaviest thing in there by far. As long as your technique is good, gold's not going anywhere. Give it a good shake. Everything's down the bottom. Stuck in a lean forward. All the lights off the top. Swirl it back. Get the bugs out of your eyes. You want to give it a swirl to get all the heavies out from the ridges. Because if you don't do that, next time you go forward, the heavies might slip up. Anyway, yeah. It's less yapping, more panning. I get it. I know. I'm not gonna slow down. I'm just gonna pan the normal I would. Gonna water my eyes. It's like Jeff says. Yeah, you're gonna get wet. I'm gonna pan it right down to nothing, because I don't feel like panning anything back and have to waste my time. I know the gold ain't going anywhere. Let me show you what I've left in there. Not too much. And let's see if I made a mistake. It's gonna be interesting. Always rock it back, never swirl around. Hey, you already got one. 1 out of 3. Oh yeah, that's the one that looks like a rotisserie chicken. Oh, here's number 2. Come on. Don't make me look like an ass. Oh, I might look like an ass right now. Where's the 3rd one? One and a 2. Well, 2 isn't 3. We'll be right back. All right, so after 2 pans, like I said, we would have all of our gold back. You know, it's a good idea to always have a backup pan because some pans can be temperamental. That one's new to us, so we don't really have a rapport yet, you could say. Not really trustworthy, but you know, this is my older pan here. Very trustworthy. So let me show you. Just like I said, well, there's one piece in there. And why do I only see one in here now? 1 and 2. So it's just as easy as 1, 2. So remember, always trust your pan. You'll be fine. Damn it. Alright, so you can see here, I got the 3 pieces of gold in the pan. And we're gonna do this again. I'm a fan of reckless decisions. Just gonna classify right on top of it and see if it stays in this time. Right back at you. Well, as you can see, the Raquette River, quite rusty looking, but ironically, there's not much black sand. So, I don't know where the red color's coming from in the water, but it's not exactly rust or something. I don't know. There's some red sandstone kicking around. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not a rock guy. I really don't know. Done about 4 or 5 pans out of this hole so far. I'm down to a very hard layer. I don't know if it's going to be just a big piece of the sandstone or the actual bedrock. There's a lot of exposed bedrock here, but it's further down the river. We will see. But technically we did find gold today, after I lost it, but I found it. That's how good we are at prospect. You can just throw gold in the river. We'll find it later. As I lose these 3 pieces again. Alright. I'm getting thirsty. I don't have a drink. I'd like to get this over with. Any of you guys space fans? Mua Mua? Anyone recognize? Giant asteroid. Everyone thought it was a spaceship. Nope. It's a rock. Ooh, that's a great skipping rock right there. Come on, baby. Ooh, not bad. Right. And a moment of truth. Well, I look like an ass. Again. Like I said, technique is key. You don't want to look stupid on camera. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Oh look, I'm all nervous and stuff. How much do I trust this pan? Like I said, this pan's actually kind of new to me, using the Garrett Super Sluice. It's a great pan, but it is considerably heavier than the Garrett Gold Trek. So that is definitely to be remembered if you're going to go out and buy a pan. Keep that in mind. This pan is a lot heavier, and it makes you want to throw more material in there, which also makes it even heavier. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Stop talking. Keep panning. I get it. I get sick of me sometimes too. Alright. Let's cross your fingers, legs, toes, whatever you got. Hold it still in there. So, pan these rocks down on the back. Get rid of this stuff here. Do it quickly. You know there's just 3 in there. Should be hanging out at the top. Will I be fishing for gold again? Alright, we got one. That's the rotisserie chicken looking one. We're just looking for the Wu-Tang symbol and one that's like rather round. What is that that's not moving? Holy cow, what is that? Oh, no, I'm stupid. Yeah, look at that move. Yeah, that ain't nothing. As you can see, rotisserie chicken over here. It's just hanging out. I'm rocking back and forth. It ain't going nowhere. I might eventually, but... Alright, I'm seeing 2. And I think I see 3. There it is. We got the Wu-Tang symbol. And a rather round one. Where are you, Wu-Tang? There we are. If you saw that under the microscope, you know what I mean. That really does look like Wu-Tang. There we go. There's 3. Trust your pan. Technique is everything. But we did it this time. Together. First week of September. Trees are already changing up here. So we're back in Massachusetts in what's becoming my gold room, and I got a few things I want to show you that we've actually found in New York that are actually worth looking at. So, those few pictures I just put across the screen, I actually melted down and they turned into these. Now they're not lead. I've already checked for that. Lead is very flexible and things. That's a piece of lead there. But after melting a few of those down, peened them out, nice and hard. They don't flex at all. They actually polish out real nice. And there's a piece right there under the Tom Love microscope. Give you a look. So that there is silver from New York, which is rather interesting. So the St. Regis River up by Aquasasani has silver in it. Pretty cool. So here's the rest of the heavies from the trip. All sorts of nails and tack-like things. The one cool thing out of the iron stuff was this ball was all one piece until I threw it to Dave. Accidentally broke it. Had this little fancy handle on it. But either way, you know, just typical heavies. But obviously the best part of the trip was finding the silver. We also find all kinds of pieces of lead. So my plan, hit the St. Regis again someday, find enough of this silver that I could possibly make a coin. I've seen some channels doing that with gold. Well, I might not have enough gold, but I could definitely find enough silver to make a coin. I might even have enough silver to make a coin now. But speaking of coins, I still have the video coming up from my trip to Maine. Unfortunately, I don't have much video content to really make a video out of it. It's more of a PowerPoint, if anything, at the moment. So I'm hoping with the Fall Rendezvous being this weekend, I can finish the filming and hopefully get that video to you guys out hopefully next week. But before we go, here's a closer look at the goals that we found for the year. Looks good under the microscope. Then you see in reality it's a little smaller. But hey, prospecting is about fun, right? But I'm Adam. Nice guys prospecting. Thanks for watching.